Hello YouTube, back today with another knife video. Today we are going to kind of hopefully peel back a few layers on what I kind of attribute to be one of the largest conspiracies of Gucci gear that we have going on. I'm talking of course about the triple aught design or Tad gear Dauntless. Now this design, as far as a knife goes, it's been around for a while. However, based on the research that I could do, Reddit, etc., these have kind of disappeared ever since one of the original founding members of Tad Gear, Patrick Ma, departed Triple Aught Design in 2013 and coincidentally formed Prometheus Design Works, better known as PDW. Looking on Triple Aught Design's website, you can still scroll back in their equipment section for knives, and if you go back far enough, you do find these kind of standalone Mark IV Dauntlesses. These are a mid-tech. Again, they're not quite production, they're not quite custom knives, but it has been kind of debunked that they were made by Millet Knives, which has a great reputation for making quality knives. However, Triple Aught Design never really established that that was the case. It was hearsay for a while, but, there's on online forums, people are always guessing, who the actual manufacturer of the Dauntless was. But after doing a bunch of digging, I can say with probably 90% certainty that it is Millet. There's a lot of similarities. Other companies that were thrown around, such as ProTech, I'm fairly confident on my research that Millet is the actual company that makes the Dauntless. And going back to Triple Aught Design's website, now unfortunately, right, so Triple Aught Design, I feel like they do a lot of really great collaborations with different companies, much to my disappointment. A lot of times they're one-offs or kind of, artist collectible knives. The days of the Triple Aught Design user knife, we're talking mid-tech ones that run between $300 and $400. It's really over, and that's sad, and I'm gonna bring that up here in a little bit. But I kind of wanted to get to the bottom of it. I ended up picking up one of these on a Facebook group. I actually have another one in the mail that I'm kind of going to use as more of a user, but it is too bad because this is a great design. I'm going to go over a few of the features here in a little bit, and then kind of speculate on what I think happened. First, I want to get a little bit of the details out of the way. So, the blade on here is S35VN. Some people may say that that's a little bit dated, but I love S35VN. Some of my favorite Microtechs, other knives that I've owned, have been S35VN. I think they have really good edge retention, and they wear really well. So, happy with the steel choice there. It features a 3.4-inch blade and the kind of signature, spear point design, as well as this forward choil here. And this is one of the most comfortable choils that I've ever felt in a knife. It's done right. It gives you confidence, when using it. What makes this kind of a tad dauntless, I mean, this in and of itself is a tad dauntless, but kind of the signature fuller lines here, right? So we have 3 fullers on the handle, and then this 1 fuller. Again, it's a common misconception that this is like a blood port or something like that. It's not. It's just a design fuller. I think it matches really nice with the rest of the design. This was available in several configurations. There was a carbon fiber Mark IV, as well as a G10 scaled version. This is the full titanium one, so it is pretty heavy. If you look in the back, not sure if you can see, there really is, they did not recess or, cut out any of the extra weight here. Like, this is a solid, pretty heavy knife. Also, the back spacer here is bronze. Not a big deal. I didn't buy it because it had a bronze backspacer or anything like that. Also has a deep carry clip on there, which we always like to see. Normal flathead screwdriver, pivot, that's nice. Blade centering, really nice. Again, I don't even know what year this Mark IV is, but flips open really nice, super comfortable in different positions, even when you're choked up. I kind of got this one and I was like, man, the ergonomics are so good. If Tad was sitting on a gold mine and these are very sought after, why did they stop making them? So once I started asking that question, I started doing more research on the Tad Dauntless, and what I came to find out is production of these dropped off. I couldn't really get an idea for anyone that had an idea on these like Facebook groups of a regular mid-tech Tad Dauntless that had dropped, after Patrick Ma's leaving Aught Design. So with that, and again, please feel free to comment if you know something that I don't, but based on my research, I really do think that Patrick Ma owns the design to the Dauntless, and upon splitting, it kind of looks like they, both companies agreed, all right, we're not going to be making this design anymore. That said, the one kind of hang fire I had there on my theory was the fact that Rick Hinder and Aught Design still do make collaborations. And so again, but we're seeing that similarity here, the single fuller, and then we have 3 fullers in the back. So with that, I forget when the last Hinder was actually released, but if you go on their website, it wasn't too many releases ago. And so I kind of think that Aught Design and Rick Hinder, and maybe some other companies, they had existing, contract runs that they had to fulfill prior to discontinuing the Dauntless once and for all. And then looking even further into that, again, once we get the Tad Hinder out of the way, looking at Patrick Ma's new company, Prometheus Design Works, and I have quite a few of their knives, and the similarities are striking. So PDW has an Invictus, which I have a mini version, full titanium of, but again, we're seeing that single fuller up front, and then in this case there's multiple fullers, obviously more than 3, but when I started flipping these and kind of like looking at the details, you can definitely tell whoever designed this knife, for sure had a hand in designing the Invictus. It's well known, they're made by Terrain 365, awesome knives, and here's their STS version. Again, this one does not have that forward fuller, but you're seeing the multiple fullers, the 5 that are on the handle, which matches up. So again, just a theory of mine, but one of the conclusions that I came to was, unfortunately, I believe that Patrick Ma owns the design to the Dauntless, and so Tad is no longer making them, and PDW has kind of gone in another direction while still, kind of paying homage to the original Dauntless, which is really cool. I own probably 4 or 5 PDW knives now, and I'm very impressed. So in conclusion, I just kind of wanted to make a plug again. I don't think anyone who is worth their salt will kind of, see this movie and say, oh wow, yeah, like we should definitely start making the Dauntless again. But it is sad, right? Like I really do. I think like the Tad, when this came out, I think the full titanium was like $435, which is very accurate. But I've been kind of disheartened in all of Tad's releases over the last like couple years. I would say, they're kind of doing unobtainium pieces, and I look at Tad as like a hard use company, and this Dauntless really got right in line with what I think the tenets of founding Aught Design were. And it's just unfortunate that now we're seeing $1,000, $2,000 collaborations that really I don't think anyone's using. If anyone is using one of those new collaborations, please let me know, and I will completely put my foot in my mouth. But it is too bad. I would love to see these mid-techs come back. They're great knives. Like I said, I was able to kind of keep my ear to the ground and score a user version of this, so it's just a G10 and a stone wash. I will be using it because it's a really nice knife, great design, everything like that. Again, interested to know what everyone's comments are with this. If you have any more information that can shed more light on this kind of conspiracy for me, I would definitely appreciate it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and please leave your comments below.